Hey everyone, welcome to Operation Victory, helping empower you to create a compelling future that you want to live and giving you the tools and tactics so that you can actually go out and get it done. So, it's 12/12, 2019. We are 3 weeks away from a new year, new you, all the, catchy buzzwords and all the things we always say to ourselves. And I kind of wanted to take a minute and talk about mindset. Where's yours at? Are you going through events in your life that seem cyclical? Are they keeping you stuck? Are they keeping you down? Are they keeping you in a fear state or a lack of abundance state, scarcity mindset, right? Or are you living at cause? Are you taking actionable steps forward toward a goal, a clearly defined goal? And are you getting traction on that? So I talk about mindset and I talk about those things that, keep you stuck. But what does that mean? Well, let's talk about limiting decisions, limiting beliefs for a minute. When we're all born, we start with a blank canvas. And that blank canvas, as we get experiences, the first time we stub our toe or we stick our hand on the hot stove, we create little grooves in our brain. And then at some point, right, we only have a concept of ourselves in the world. So when something happens that's crucial to our survival or whatever, we base it against ourselves, or somebody starts to tell us something along the lines of, well, you shouldn't do that, or children are meant to be seen and not heard, or you can't, or you're not this, etc. And so because we're looking for our truth and what our map of the world is going to look like, at some point we decide and say, you know what, that must be right. Like, this happened because of me in some way, shape, or form. And then that becomes coded into our programming like a virus. And so as we go through life and we start testing new things and trying new things and getting into relationships and getting jobs and going through the whole process of the system, we end up in situations that keep coming back, right? It's like that rubber band. It just snaps us right back to it, and then we're in the same cycle again because that virus keeps coming up in our programming, and our unconscious mind is telling us, hey, you know what? I really want to get rid of this. Can you do something about it? But most of us are like the YouTube versions of ourselves right now, right? You're watching cat videos, or you're on Instagram scrolling, or you're on Facebook trying to find the bottom of the wall. Good luck, by the way. And you're not engaging with the programming inside yourself. You're not actually taking time to look at the patterns of behavior that are keeping you stuck. When you say, hey, you know what? I want that over there. But then you keep doing things going in the opposite direction, and then you're wondering why you're frustrated, upset, depressed, angry at the world. It's because you're not addressing the issues with programming that you're having. You're not addressing those limiting behaviors, limiting beliefs. So that's where the mindset shift comes in. If you can actually stop engaging with the social media, like the front part of your brain, right? The stuff that keeps you thinking like, hey, I wonder what that meant. Or, hey, I've got to go get some tacos today. And you actually think about, why do I keep doing what I'm doing? When you start asking that, right? Or how is doing this a problem for me specifically? And if I stop doing this, what will my life look like as a result? How will my relationship with myself improve? How will my relationships with others, your significant other, your friends, your family, your coworkers, how will that improve? How will everything in your life start to change and shift in a direction that's actually more in alignment with what you want and where you want to go? How and what will that look like for you? Like, I pose those questions, right? Because that is step one. If you can understand the problems you have and look at them for what they are and don't make them worse, then you can make a plan to get out of that. So now let's talk about defining our goals just a little bit. So now you've addressed within yourself, hey, I've got these sticking points, these limiting beliefs, and I know I kind of want to go in a direction. I just don't really know what that is yet. And that's because you haven't defined what that direction is. If you don't know where the target is at or what the target looks like, how can you hit the target? You might get lucky. It's like firing arrows in the dark. Something might hit the target eventually, but will it be effective, or will it come with the speed that you want? And the answer is no, because you haven't allowed yourself the time to sit and actually think out and plan what those goals might look like, and give yourself the permission to have the things that you want now that you're clearing up those limiting decisions, limiting beliefs in your life. So we've worked on mindset. Now we've talked about defining what the goal is. So then how do you actually set a goal, right? Or let me back up a second. Big picture stuff, right? Asking the why questions and trying to figure out where the target is and how to set that up. That's the strategy, right? So that is the big picture stuff, like being in the war room and having the map on the table and briefing all the generals, right? This is the prime objectives of what we want, right? And then the goals, the actual like setting of the goals and achieving of the goals is the tactics, and that's utilizing the skill sets that you already have, and by that I mean, maybe you're really good at going out and doing. And you're a people person. You know how to just go out and start networking and talking to people and making friends. Or maybe you're really good at writing. So, you start a blog. Or maybe you're really great with music. Or you're super strong in the gym and, you're like, oh, I'm going to start making personal training videos and post them on YouTube. So now you're taking that. You're taking an actionable step towards something, whatever it is that you've outlined for yourself. And you're utilizing the skill sets and tactics that you have to move the needle in the direction that you want. And even if you don't necessarily have all of the steps on how to get there, you will find inevitably along the way, by taking action daily and being consistent, that the people will show up who have the other skills that you need to help you achieve your goal. So this is just a quick video. It's the first video that I'm putting out on YouTube. And if you happen to find some value in this, and you think this could be of some service to you, then please like and subscribe. And feel free to leave a comment below, because I would love to hear from you guys. And if there's any content that you'd like me to cover going forward in the future, then, like I said, post it in the comments, and I will be glad to create content based on that. Thank you for taking the time to get this far in the video, and I hope going forward that I get to interact with all of you great people on YouTube even more. Thank you so much for being my audience.